Reacher's Alan Ritchson responds again to those Batman rumors that just won't die. Alan Ritchson may be ripping up the screen and taking on bad guys as Jack Reacher right now, but there are still a lot of fans who want to see him donning the cape and cowl of Batman in James Gunn's DCU. The rumors of Ritchson being approached to take on the coveted role have swirled for years, despite Gunn debunking the rumor multiple times. While answering the internet's most searched questions for Wired, Ritchson was once again faced with the rumor that just will not die. What's amazing to me about this rumor of the Batman or the Batman desire and the zeitgeist is the fact that James Gunn has personally announced publicly on his Twitter or X or whatever, LOL, he's not playing Batman. He is not playing Batman, and this thing will not die. I get asked every day if I'm playing Batman. Yeah, would I play Batman? Yes. Would I pay handsomely to be Batman? You wouldn't even have to pay me to be Batman. I would don the suit. Gotham is mine. Look at that. I don't even have to practice. It just comes out naturally. Currently, the future of Batman is still mostly unknown, as Gunn has frequently said that there are no frontrunners, no completed scripts, and nothing to report on the DCU's Batman, who is expected to debut in The Brave and the Bold. But that doesn't stop people speculating, and Ritchson is still very much in the frame for the role, according to many fans. Fans are getting two Batmen for the price of one with James Gunn and Peter Safran's plans at DC Studios. While Matt Reeves will be continuing his work on the Batman with Robert Pattinson, the DCU will have its own iteration of The Dark Knight and another new actor in the role. So far, Batman has only been seen in a fleeting moment in animated form during Creature Commandos, and he will not be part of this summer's Superman. But the bulked-up animated version of the character certainly didn't help to quash the idea that Ritchson could be the perfect person to take over the role. Previously, he compared Batman to his current Reacher role, noting that there are some similarities. Batman without a cape is a great analogy, actually. But I mean, Batman has got like a cave, and Reacher doesn't even have a house. He's got a toothbrush. So I think Batman has got cool stuff. Dude is loaded and has caves, penthouses, and spotlights that call him. Batman's cooler. It looks like for now that until someone is cast as the new Batman, Ritchson's name is going to keep coming up in any conversation about who should be the next to take on the role. Who knows, the way things have a knack of manifesting once they are out there on the internet, he could still be in with a shout of being Gotham's protector after all. In the ever-echoing halls of internet speculation, where fan theories and casting dreams refuse to fade into obscurity, Alan Ritchson, whose star continues to ascend with the relentless force of a freight train thanks to his brooding, physically commanding portrayal of Jack Reacher in the Amazon Prime adaptation, has once again found himself at the center of those seemingly immortal rumors suggesting that he is not only being considered for the role of Batman in an upcoming DC project, but is, in fact, the ideal heir apparent to don the cape and cowl in a cinematic universe desperate for reinvention. And though this speculation has been swirling for months, if not years, it shows no signs of dissipating, regardless of how many times Ritchson addresses it directly or attempts to laugh it off in interviews. The latest wave of gossip, which emerged like clockwork after a cryptic social media post and a conspicuously timed interview, has only fanned the flames further. However, in true Ritchson fashion, never one to back down from addressing the elephant in the room, he leaned into the buzz with a blend of dry wit, candid humility, and just enough ambiguity to keep fans clinging to hope like Gotham clings to its last shred of order on a stormy night. Speaking during a recent panel promoting Reacher's highly anticipated third season, Ritchson responded to a fan question that seemed innocent enough. Would you ever consider playing Batman if the opportunity presented itself? With the kind of pause that could birth 1,000 Reddit threads. After a chuckle and an exaggerated sigh, he replied, this rumor's got more lives than a cat on Lazarus Pit steroids. Before continuing in a tone that oscillated between playful and sincere, I've heard it all. Fan castings, deepfake trailers, even someone who swore they saw me in a batsuit on a studio lot, but for the record, and I've said this before, no, I haven't been cast as Batman. At least not yet. That mischievous glint in his eye, caught by cameras and immortalized in GIFs within minutes, was all it took to send fandom spiraling into a fresh frenzy. Because even if he didn't say yes, he certainly didn't say no, and in the land of cape and cowl speculation, That's enough to reanimate hope like a bolt of lightning striking a Wayne Tech satellite dish. Ritchson, whose physicality and square-jawed stoicism have led many to declare him a perfect fit for the Dark Knight, especially for a version that blends the brute force of Frank Miller's grizzled vigilante with the smoldering charisma needed to anchor a billion-dollar franchise, has, in many ways, become a poster boy for fan casting culture, a phenomenon that has increasingly blurred the lines between fantasy and possibility in the era where studios pay attention to social media buzz and actors now walk a tightrope between playful engagement and NDA-bound secrecy. Yet, despite his frequent denials, or perhaps because of their cleverly ambiguous delivery, Ritchson's responses continue to fuel the narrative that somewhere, behind closed studio doors and beneath lock and key development slates, his name is etched in bold under Wayne Bruce, and this ongoing speculation is as much a testament to his rise as an actor who has transitioned from cult favorite status on Blue Mountain State to mainstream acclaim as Reacher, as it is an indictment of a DC cinematic landscape constantly looking for its next savior. Interestingly, while Ritchson has not been shy about sharing his admiration for Batman as a character, once admitting in an earlier podcast appearance that, growing up, he would spend hours sketching the caped Crusader's silhouette and quoting lines from Batman, the animated series, he's also made it clear that he has no interest in chasing roles simply for the sake of legacy or fanfare. Instead, he says, I want to play characters that feel real, that I can sink my teeth into, that challenge me physically and emotionally, and yeah, Batman could be that guy. But only if the story does him justice. That qualifier, if the story does him justice, is perhaps the most telling part of his recurring commentary, because while fans may dream of seeing Ritchson behind the wheel of the Batmobile, he seems more concerned with the narrative integrity of the project than the iconic status of the character itself, which could be read as either a genuine expression of artistic integrity or a subtle critique of how superhero films, in their pursuit of spectacle, sometimes lose sight of substance. Still, even with all his careful phrasing and well-placed caveats, Ritchson's name continues to top fan wish lists and next Batman polls, with many pointing to his performances in Reacher as proof that he not only has the physical dominance and tactical presence to embody the world's greatest detective, but also the emotional nuance required to portray a man perpetually at war with his own shadows, and when coupled with his ability to deliver deadpan humor and brutal efficiency in equal measure, it's easy to understand why audiences can't seem to let go of the idea that this man was born to wear the cowl. As for Ritchson himself, he seems content, at least for now, to let the rumors swirl, the fan edits circulate, and the dreamers dream, because whether or not he ever steps into the bat-shaped boots, the fact remains that he's carved out a formidable place in the action-drama pantheon, and the name Alan Ritchson now carries with it a gravity that commands attention, whether he's interrogating suspects in Margrave or standing beneath a gargoyle overlooking Gotham. So until an official announcement is made, until we see that unmistakable silhouette step out of the shadows in a trailer scored by brooding strings and distant thunder, we'll likely be trapped in this endless loop of hopeful speculation and cryptic,